everybody. Today I'm just going to do a quick tabletop review of a hand plane that I have got just a couple of days ago, and I've been wanting to do a tabletop review of it, hence the tabletop. Okay, this is what I think happens with almost everyone who starts woodworking as a hobby or as a profession. You tend to go and buy the things that make your particular work the easiest. So any first time purchase is going to be a hand planer for any starting woodworker, because these things are really easy to use. You just press the button, it does the work, you glide it along a piece of wood, fairly easy. The knobs are fairly easy to set, so you do not have to worry too much about how to set it up and everything. But what happens is, after a while you work with these, then you start to want to work with traditional hand planes. One of the traditional hand planes that is available in the market is the wood block plane. These are fairly simple construct, like the one I have here. This is as simple as it can be. Just a plain wood block with insert space for the blade and the retaining block, right? But then you can buy on market wood planes that a lot of the Western users of the wood planes will be familiar with. These planes that are available to me in the market come mainly from China, but they are made for different companies. Brand names like Stanley are also available in the market, but the price point on those is way too high for someone who's a hobbyist or a beginner, so as there's a potential of abuse in the beginning. So what I did was I have gone with a Chinese brand planer. This one I got a couple of weeks back. This is a number 5 planer, comes with a 355mm blade or a 35 centimeter blade. This is, I believe, is 1.5 inch. Actually a bit more than this is going to be about a 2-inch blade on this one. This is for doing you would need to do planing on larger pieces of wood. This is not necessarily to do edges, although I have done edges with it. It is fairly easy to do edges with it. The thing has a bulk to it, so it moves fairly easy compared to a wood block. The wood block, these wood blocks are basically, you're supposed to hold it here and guide it from the front like this. These things I have seen, probably because of my inexperience, the blade pops out quite easily. Maybe I have to learn to set them up a bit better. Who knows? These ones, as you can see, come with retaining screws and adjustment screws for the blade, the frog, and the depth of the cut. I have this one set up for maybe a 2mm, maybe less than that, of a shaving. On this, and I find these to be much easier to use than the wood block, because the wood block, like I said, is stop-start for me a lot. Anyways, here's another one of the same company that I've acquired. This one, the bigger one, is a number 5, I believe, and this one, by the looks of it, comes with a 230mm blade on it. Sorry, 230mm length, and it comes with a 44mm blade on it. The 44mm blade makes it a 1.5 inch blade, and this is a fairly small plane. This is brand new. I just took it out in front of you from the bag in the box. I haven't used this as yet. I'm anxious to use it. Like the first one I have, this is quite solidly built, has handles both front and back. The adjustment screws on the front, back for the blade distance from and the shaving size. This one, I believe, is going to be more suited for doing the edge work on wood planks and edge work on the big pieces I make. This is, as you can see, this one is more suited to work the edge. I can, even if I'm doing it one-handed, I can control it much better. The blade is not set up on this one yet, so it's not going to shave or anything. Like I said, I have used the bigger one before for doing edges, but this one is bulky, and as you can see, it requires quite a bit of skill to do the edge work. But these ones are. This is from a Chinese company whose products I have used before. These are fairly well made and robust, I must say. They handle themselves well, and I have no complaints with the other products I have used from the company. I did a saw review, which is in my playlist, and I'm happy to say the saw is in use. The saw gets used quite a bit. In addition to my miter saw, I use the hand miter saw a lot. So anyways, back to the planes. These things are, like I said, a progression of when you start. People generally tend to start with the electric planer, and then they want to go towards the ability to do this work by hand. It, I suppose, is more satisfying in a way, or it's more controllable in a way for them. It takes a bit longer to do it with these, but like I said, the satisfaction value is there. This number 5 I've used quite a bit. I've used it to do project work. I've used it to practice wood planing, and I'm very happy with the result it gives me. The adjustment knobs, and it makes it easy to go through the different adjustments on it, and makes it rather should I say simple for me to use in comparison to the block plane, which I generally am now doing now that I have these things in hand. The block plane has its own place. The block plane has its own value, but I fail to see it. Anyways, I thought I'd share these thoughts with you. Now, one final point, I mentioned the price point on different brands available in the market. Some of the European or the American brands or the well-known brands that make them, one of the famous ones, Stanley, if I got the name, is available in Pakistan. But if I invest in those ones, these two together, I paid around 7,000 rupees for Pakistani rupees for, which is slightly less than, if you want to put it in dollar terms, that would come to about $45. Excuse my mathematics, I haven't got the figures written down. Whereas if I go for the Stanley brand name, the same two planers in Pakistan are going to put me back around $220, $240. So I don't see any need to invest in brand names at the moment. Like I said, this is a phase that I'm going to experiment in. I'm going to see whether I like this or I get even better with the electric wood plane and continue using that, or start doing this more and more. Or maybe I'll use these in combination. But as long as these are working, and this thing is, as you can see, solid construction, so I don't see any potential for these things to breaking down in the next couple of days, couple of months, couple of years. As long as I keep the maintenance up on them. So that's the points I wanted to bring to the table and share in this review of the wood planes I have, and it kind of became a show and tell of the wood planes I'm currently using. And I have a feeling that just like clamps, the wood planes are going to become a thing that I will be always searching for, mostly to enhance my skill as a woodworker and to help me with my projects. And then thank you very much for watching this video. If you have gotten to this far in the video, I would like to make a request that if you haven't, please subscribe to my channel and hang around. I will be posting a lot more videos in time of woodwork projects and about tools that are available here in Pakistan for the hobbyist woodworker or someone who is serious about woodworking or starting in woodworking. Like I said, I'm a novice woodworker. I've been doing this for less than 2 months, so I am going to be learning more than teaching with these videos. And I hope people would come to watch the videos and leave some comments so I can learn from their experiences. Thank you very much for watching the video.